This is a video on how to operate the scoreboard computer up at Frontier Park. We are specifically talking about the All Sport 5000 series control console from Daktronics. It is the visiting team's responsibility to both check out the control board controller as well as running it during the game. Note that this does not mean that you are the official scorekeeper for the game, only that you are running the scoreboard. The official scorekeeper for the game is the home team. To get started, you'll unpack it from the bag and plug it in down below. And then on the back, there's a power switch. Go ahead and flip that power switch to turn the machine on. From here, you may be prompted with a resume game. You'll say no or clear. The next screen says to select a code. The default is 5501. Make sure that it says that as it's written there. That means baseball keys. Once you're happy there, you'll hit enter, yes, and yes again, and there you go. To set the main clock for the game, now they are defaulted in, and if we zoom in, you'll see that the clock says 90 minutes there. There you go. But if we wanted to change that, it's pretty simple. You go to set main clock, and you'll click it to enter this screen. You can see that it says 90 minutes, and if you want to change that, you'll simply enter in the time for the game there and click enter. And that's it. So to get out of here, I'm going to click clear. Now, we haven't actually started the game yet. Notice that it still says 90 minutes on the clock. In order to start the game, we'll have to click the start button. When you see that green light come on, that means the game has started and the clock is now ticking down. You'll see that this one says 89 minutes now instead of 90. So the rest of it's pretty simple. The guest team or away team, visiting team, bats first. The home team bats second. Right now, the guest is on the clock. So in kid pitch divisions, we're keeping track of balls and strikes. Right over here, you can see balls and strikes. If I click the ball count +1, I'll zoom in, show you what that looks like. We can get it to focus. All right. If I press it, you can see that it increments how many balls there are. If I increment the strike count, it will increment how many strikes there are. Now notice if I go past 3 strikes, it does not increment how many outs there are in the game. You can click that again to clear it out. Alternatively, I can click clear count and it will get rid of the balls and strikes on the monitor. So these two keys are how you increment how many balls there are and how many strikes there are, but it does not increment outs. To increment outs in an inning, you press the outs +1. Show you what that looks like on the board. We can get it to focus. There we go. I'm going to click outs +1, and there you go. Now, if I do the outs +1 incrementer 3 times, it will go to the next inning. In this case, the home team at the bottom of the first, automatically. So now, if I do the ball counts and strike counts, it's specifically doing it for the home team, and I can continue to increment the outs again, and it'll go to the second inning. Now, so that's balls, strikes, and outs. In your coach pitch divisions, you're not really concerned with balls and strikes. You're primarily concerned with runs and outs. So on the runs, to increment a run, at this point, it's the top of the second inning, so the guest is batting. All you have to do is click the runs +1 button in the guest section. When you do that, it will increment the runs for the guest appropriately. So there you go, 1, 2, 3. And then you will also keep track of the outs for that inning by pressing the outs button. Notice there is a mini display up here, balls, strikes, and outs. If I click outs +1, you'll see that the outs equals 1 there and also up here. Again, if we can get it to focus. There you There you go. Okay. So in order to go on to the next inning, we simply increment the outs to get to 4, and it will automatically go to the bottom of the second. You can see where it says I-2, that means inning 2. And in this case, now it's the home team's bat. Let's say you've already incremented it to 3 runs up there, and the ump calls one back, and now you need to subtract one away, subtract a run. You'll notice there are no keys that say -1, it's all +1. So how would you do that? Well, it's actually fairly simple. All you do is you'll go to the, let's see, where is it? The edit button, and you'll get this select edit item. In order to select the edit item, you simply click the button that you want to edit. In this case, the runs +1 button in the guest column. Right now, again, it says they have 3, so I'll click runs. And notice that that pops up and says they have 3 in inning 2. I'm going to change that to 2. And then I'm going to click enter or yes. And you'll notice that on the scoreboard, it went ahead and made that associated edit and now says 2. So now we're done, we can continue to go. And that's really the basics of it. There you go. We're going to attach the actual manual to this on the website so that you'll be able to review that too if you'd like.